welcome to today's episode of The Daily Blend. I am your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Elaine Strawn. She is the founder and creative director of Off and Running Publications. I'm holding two of the books in my hand right now. How are you, Elaine?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. And you know, if anybody who was watching had noticed, we look really nice in our hats and fascinators.
We do.
We're ready for the Derby.
We're preparing, aren't we?
Yes.
This is our trial run.
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready.
Definitely.
So let's talk a little bit about why we're ready for the Derby.
Well, I am here to share about Bill Corum. He was my grandfather. And this year marks 100 years of Bill coining the phrase, run for the roses.
Run for the roses.
Run for the roses. Mm-hmm. So pretty excited about that. As a horse lover my whole life, it's pretty cool to know that your grandfather was president of the Kentucky Derby at one time. Actually called several races before he became president. And just was a famous sports writer and, from what I understand, an all-around amazing person.
That has got to be some interesting family history.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I found things out as an adult and decided to take matters into my own hands as a young writer, that it was my destiny to write a story about him and his wife, my grandmother, who I'm named after, Kitty. And so I took stories from his autobiography and family history and created my own version called Kitty in the Manger.
That is so fun.
So, yeah.
That's so fun.
It's interesting that in his book, even though it's almost 400 pages long, nowhere does he mention what inspired him to coin the phrase, run for the roses. So I got to make up how that came about in chapter 6.
I can't wait to read it and get to chapter 6 and see what you decided.
Yeah.
Since he didn't tell us in his book.
Exactly.
Then you get to take creative licensing.
Well, he passed away in 1958 and released the book. So I honestly don't think he even realized how iconic and long-lasting the phrase would be.
Wow.
And long story short, I think he was just inspired for his column that he wrote daily and used it in his story that year for the Kentucky Derby.
Wow.
So he wasn't even there, actually, for the Derby. So, yeah, you'll have to read it, find out what did happen.
How many times have you gone to the Kentucky Derby? When's the last time you went?
My daughters and I went 10 years ago, and that's the only time we've been. We were supposed to go during COVID, and that didn't work out. And then other things came up, and 10 years ago was amazing because American Pharoah won that year, and he was a Triple Crown winner. And we totally give props to Bill for making that happen for us.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yes. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, that's exciting. And what's happening this year? You're headed.
So this year, we are honored to have the Derby recognize Bill and his iconic phrase, and we will be escorting the Garland of Roses to the winner's circle, my daughters and I. Rain or shine. She made sure we knew that because I don't know if you watched the Derby, but last year it rained. So this year it's going to be a beautiful sunny day.
Of course,
I'm not too worried about it.
Of course it is.
And we're really proud and honored that they would give that nod to Bill and his iconic phrase.
So rain or shine.
Rain or shine. She literally said, bring your boots. I was like, okay.
So don't just take your cute shoes.
Right.
Also take your boots.
Be prepared.
Mm-hmm. Be prepared for anything.
Yeah.
Well, you're already prepared because you're a hat.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter if it's raining or not.
That's
you won't
right.
be wet.
That's right.
You'll be fine.
I'm ready for all kinds of weather.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So tell me about Off and Running Publishing because it's named.
It is.
After his book title.
So I'm also a first grade teacher, and the first book I wrote was for new teachers because I feel like people really have no idea unless you've been through that. And I just wanted to write something that was a very hands-on pep talk when new teachers needed that. And going through the process, I decided to self-publish because I don't have the patience in my old age to wait for 500 rejections. So anyway, I decided to start a company where we could nurture other writers, and I decided to name it Off and Running Publications in honor of Bill's book.
Yeah.
So
That's really nice. And you were talking to me a little bit about how you publish, and I felt like that was worth mentioning. Talk about how you help writers.
Yeah. So My daughter is a social media because some people have a lot of experience with social media and some people don't.
Yes.
And I'm the editor. And we also, my other daughter is kind of the business end, like, stop giving all your books away. People can afford that. So just, different things. But I enjoy having someone share a concept with me of what their idea for a book is and nurturing them and encouraging them and just helping them get from their idea onto Amazon. Mm-hmm. So it's a process.
Yeah, it is a process.
As with anything.
Yeah, as with anything. But you're there to help guide them through that process.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And you did say that later you'll be in Rocheport celebrating with some.
Yes, Rocheport is doing a Books in Rocheport event the end of April, the last Saturday in April. And we actually have 3 of our authors will be there selling their books.
Yeah. So we will have missed that by the time this airs, but we will be looking for Off and Running Publishing.
Thank you.
To see what else you guys have coming up and what else you have doing. And if there are any aspiring writers who are listening or watching,
absolutely,
then they should reach out.
StrawnElaine@gmail.com.
There you go. What is it again?
Strawn Elaine, StrawnElaine at gmail.com.
That's right. That's right.
So,
absolutely. Yeah. And I will tell you, so there's which horse this year?
So I just learned recently, because I follow the Derby.
Yes.
And I just learned that American Pharoah has a colt in the race this year, and its name is Publisher. So I'm feeling pretty confident that that's who I need to bet on.
I mean,
so it just seems apropos.
I mean, it kind of feels like it's in the stars.
It does.
I mean, Publisher.
Yes, I know. It's all connected.
It's all connected. It's all connected. You haven't been in 10 years. American Pharoah last time. It's American Pharoah's coat. It's called Publisher.
It's our time.
You're a publisher. It's your time. You'll be there. Publisher's the horse.
Exactly.
Publisher's the horse. Okay,
exactly.
We'll be watching.
Okay.
We'll be watching, and we'll be thinking of you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and we'll be thinking
that.
of you. Well, thank you, and I can't wait to read this book.
I hope you enjoy it.
I'm sure I will. I have a feeling. Thank you for joining us, Elaine.
Thank you for having me.